Good day, everyone. So today we were tackled about contemporary policing model. The first topic is all about why society needs the police. Society needs a police because situations occur where something ought not to be happening and which had something ought to be done now. Police has the authority to do something and to do it now that something may involve the use of coercive forces. So police has the authority. They have an authority to prevent crime. They have the authority to capture the criminals. So that's why the crime decreases because of the police. So the next topic is all about rule of the police. So ano nga ba ang mga rule na dapat gampanan ng isang pulis? The first one is to address all sort of humans' problems when and so far as their solution do, or may possibly require the use of force at the point of their occurrence. That leads to such diverse procedures as investigating and catching criminals, traffic law enforcement, preventing and controlling crimes, and varied miscellaneous services. So yun yung mga rule ng mga pulis. To investigate and catch criminals, and also to enforce the law, and prevent and also control crime. And they also provide different services for the community. So yun yung mga rule ng mga pulis in the society. Next, models of policing and people. Police authority comes from the people, from their laws, and from their institution. Police agencies are not only part of their local community, they are part of the state and national government, which through legislation provides their formal base of authority. The police are likewise a pillar of the criminal justice system, which through the court of determines society course in deterring lawbreakers and rehabilitating the criminals. So, sabi dito, yung, yung authority ng isang pulis is nanggagaling sa tao, sa mga batas at mga institusyon ng isang tao. So, that's why yung mga pulis have the authority to control and capture criminals. So next topic. So there are 5 basic traditional models of policing. The first one is enforcing laws. So when we say enforcing laws, the designation of a police agencies underscores the central importance of this long accepted goal. Enforcing laws has been a prime goal of policing activities. This goal has become increasingly complex. The police not only decide what laws to enforce, but they also serve as an integral part of the criminal justice system, in which are responsible for apprehending offenders and assisting in their prosecution. So, yung police is also are enforcing laws. They are the one who enforce law. They are the instrument to enforce law. That's why, because of the police is maraming mga criminal ang nakakapture or na-apprehend because the police has the authority to do it. So next, second is the preserving the peace. So when we say preserving the peace, it is accepted by the police as an important goal also. They have the legal authority to arrest individuals for disturbing the peace or for disorderly conduct. So, if someone do something wrong or something that can harm people or what we call crime, so yung mga pulis yung nagka-capture sa kanila. Sila yung mga may authority para mahuli yung mga criminals na iyon na gumugulo sa pagiging payapa ng isang lugar. The third one is the preventing crimes. So, crime prevention is closely related to law enforcement and peace preservation. If the peace has been kept, crime has in effect been prevented. So, kapag mayroong peace and order in the community or in the nation, it means crimes has been prevented. Ganun lang kadali yon. Kapag payapa ang isang lugar, ibig sabihin, na-prevent yung crime. The fourth one is protecting rights and liberties. So, the police are not only charged with enforcing laws, preventing the peace and order, and preventing crimes. They are also expected to protect rights and liberties. So, they are independent decision makers and have both personal and positional power. The goals and methods of the police must promote individual liberty, public safety, and social justice. Protecting rights and liberties of the people is perceived by some as the single most important goal of policing and law enforcement activities. So, yung mga pulis ay nagbibigay rin ng protection para sa right ng isang tao o sa isang liberties ng isang tao. Hindi lang sila nag-enforce ng laws, nagpe-preserve ng peace and order, or nagpe-prevent ng crimes in the community. Sila din ay nagpro-protect sa mga right ng isang tao bilang isang mamamayan. So, the last one is providing other services. So, not only enforcing laws, preserving the peace, preventing crimes, and protecting the rights of liberties of the people, police are also providing other services. For example, is helping the community. For example, providing community education programs. So, they conduct different programs that can help the community. So, yun nakapaloob sa providing other services. Next topic, contemporary models of policing. Partnership with the community is a cornerstone of policing activities. Police organization and officer may team up with citizens, businesses, private policing enterprise, and other law enforcement agencies to achieve the objectives of policing activities. Problem-solving approach to crime. This approach to crime is an essential component of policing activities. It focuses on determining the underlying causes of problem, including crimes, and identifying solution to problem that has been identified. Next is the primary function of the police services. The first is administrative services, are those functions that occur behind the scene, away from the front line of police officers in the field. Next is the operational services, performed by one functional unit, sometimes by separate unit. It includes patrol, traffic, investigation, community service, and specialized officers. Next, perspective on models and policing. The first one is the legal perspective. It is an approach that views behavior from a rule-based philosophy, in that the law is paramount and it is the guide for behavior that everyone must follow. The public policy perspective, this is the second one, is made up of the rules and regulations that the legislative bodies and agencies choose to establish. The third one is the system perspective. Law enforcement can also be viewed from the context of the system theory. This approach views that the entire context of environment in which an issue exists by analyzing all the forces or influence impacting on it. In other words, law enforcement or a particular agency is perceived by analyzing all the influence upon it from the environment in which it operates. The last one, the global perspective, is an extension of the system approach. In the immediate environmental influence, it gives significant recognition to the world events, and international influence upon the agency. Next topic. So there are different types or personalities of the police officers na dapat nilang ma-possess. So the first one is the stereotype. So what do you mean by stereotype? Stereotype is the police deal daily with criminals, complainants, and citizens who may be cursing, yelling, fighting, drunkards, high on drugs, angry, irrational, demanding, manipulated, or cruel. So their police officer reaction to these daily encounters and the negative personality traits displayed by the citizen may result in the police officer being stereotyped as suspicious, cynical, indifferent, authoritarian, bigoted, or brutal. So, nakaka-affect pala sa isang pulis yung mga environment niya. Examples, may mga gulo or always naman ng mga gulo kapag isa kang pulis, lagi kang naka-face ng mga gulo. So, that's why, kailangan ng pulis na maging malakas at syempre, malakas yung loob. Next, suspicious. When we say suspicious, police work requires officers to be wary of people and situations that are out of the ordinary. So, kailangan nilang maging suspicious. Everything in their environment is kailangan nilang dudahan. Lahat ng bagay dapat nilang pagdudahan. Because, kahit anong bagay is pwedeng makaharm or makakos ng danger. So, that's why kailangan nilang maging suspicious. The next one is cynical. Because police officers deal with the criminals, they are constantly on watch against humans' fault. So, lagi nilang nakikita yung kamalian ng isang tao. Next is brutal. Sometimes reasonable force is required to subdue suspect. Unfortunately, the crime-related aspect of the police officer job are what frequently draw public attention. So, because may different crime yun yung na-interface ng mga pulis is dahil doon is nagiging brutal sila or gumagamit na sila ng force. Next is indifferent. When police officers are called to the scene of the crime, they are expected to conduct a true impartial investigation. So, kailangan nilang suriin yung pagkakaiba ng crime scene. Kailangan nilang mag-conduct ng impartial investigation para madali nilang ma-perceive yung mga criminals. Next, authoritarian. Effective law enforcement requires authority. So, lahat naman ng mga police has the authority to capture criminals so that yung mga police is authoritarian. So, without authority and respect, police officers cannot effectively compel citizens to obey the law. So, kapag wala silang authority at syempre respect, ibig sabihin, hindi susunod yung mga tao sa kanila. So, dapat silang maging authoritarian para sundin sila ng mga tao or katakutan sila ng mga tao. Next is bigoted. Police are frequently victims of problems they have something to do with and which they have no control. They are not to blame for the injustice suffered by others. Often, however, many people perceive the police as a symbol of society that have denied them their privilege and benefits. Other people vent their frustration on the police, and the latter feel their anger and dislike for them. So, yun yung bigoted. Next is the police and law enforcement. Policing activities. is used to refer to a subset of law enforcement that applies to the process of regulating general health, safety, welfare, and morals of society as it relates to criminal behavior. The police or law enforcement officer affiliated with agencies who are engaged in policing function can be referred to as law enforcement employees. The term law enforcement is described as one of the many functions with policing agencies.